Riding a road bike in the winter can be pretty rubbish, can't it? It's dark, it's cold, it's lonely, and it's dangerous. So what are your options? Well, there's indoor training, of course, but how about mountain biking? Yes, that's right. I'm here to tell you why mountain biking is what you should do in the winter. So the number one reason why you should go mountain biking in the winter rather than road riding is that it's a lot more fun. Don't get me wrong, I love riding road bikes. The speeds you can attain, the distance you can cover, and in the summer, it's hard to beat it. But I know many people get lost down the rabbit hole of Strava KOMs and obsessing about their power outputs and FTP. And for me, it gets away from the fun of riding a road bike. But mountain biking really puts the fun, the grin, the smile, the laughter back into riding a bike. And for me personally, it takes me back to the freedom of when I was a small child riding my bike around the local estate. And just riding for the sheer enjoyment of riding your bike. Not worrying about speed or distance or any of those other factors that matter when you are riding a road bike, but just riding because you love riding your bike. And here in the woods, about the escapism, back in touch with nature, the changing colours of the season from autumn to winter, the mud under your tyres, the slippery routes, no motorists to contend with, so it's safer. Into the black hole. Sing for my soul. Mountain biking is also bloody brilliant for your bike handling skills. I mean, just look at some of the best current road racers, for example. Mattia van der Poel, Tom Pidcock, and then a few years ago, Peter Sagan. All roadies at the top of their game. But in the winter, guess what? They're on their mountain bikes. Because riding a mountain bike on slippery routes, rocks, wet leaves, and other unpredictable surfaces gives you a really good grounding in how you manage and control a bike when it's sliding around underneath you. And that translates really well to road, gravel and cyclocross. So take a tip from the top roadies and get yourself a mountain bike for the winter and brush up your bike handling skills and your technique, and you'll really benefit when you get back on your road bike in the spring and summer. And riding a mountain bike is a really good workout and excellent value for time as well. So 2 hours on your mountain bike in the woods is, in my opinion, a better use of your time and a better workout than 6 boring, steady hours on a road bike. And time flies on a mountain bike because you're focused on the trail ahead of you, carving corners and dodging rocks and roots. Whereas on a road bike, you're staring at the road ahead of you, and unless you ride with your mates or listen to music or a podcast, time goes much more slowly on a long, steady road bike ride. And you might think 2 hours on a mountain bike isn't enough to keep your fitness up, but riding a mountain bike off-road is really tough. The hills are usually steeper, you've got slippery trail conditions, so you can work a lot harder, keep traction all the time, and it keeps your heart rate up a lot more than a steady road ride at this time of year. The other reason a mountain bike trumps a road bike in the winter is that it's a full body workout. On a mountain bike, you employ your whole body, and your upper body, your arms, shoulders and your core get a good workout as well. And the other benefit is especially important when it's cold, it's wet and pretty miserable outside, where 2 hours in those conditions is more appetizing and easier to stay dry and warm than if you're trying to do a 6-hour road ride where staying warm and dry can be tough towards the end of that sort of ride. You know, if you're halfway into a road ride and you're soaked through and you've got another 3 hours ahead of you, yeah, it's pretty miserable. On a mountain bike though, keep it short, keep it sweet, good quality, and it's a good way to spend a few hours. And the other amazing thing about riding a mountain bike at this time of year, for me, is the mental health. I find riding a mountain bike really clears my head, clears my mind in a way that riding a road bike just doesn't at the time of year. And partly because you're concentrating on the trail you're riding, distracted by that trail you're riding, trying not to crash quite a lot of time, but that really just clears your head of all your stresses and worries from the working day. And the other big benefit as well is you immerse yourself in the countryside, nature itself. I mean, look at this. You can reach places on a mountain bike you just can't on a road bike, and get amazing views like this. To stop and take a moment, just take it all in. And there's no motorists, no distracted, angry motorists here, just me, a few dog walkers, and the bike. And it's just so wonderful to get away from the rush of modern life and just be out here where it's calm and quiet, and just you and your bike, and you brought yourself here on your mountain bike. So for me, that's another reason to go mountain biking in the winter. The mental health benefits, to clear in your mind and enjoy the views you can't get to on a road bike. You are of course going to need a mountain bike to follow the advice of this video, but chances are you probably have an old mountain bike lurking in the shed. There must be so many old mountain bikes lurking in sheds all over the UK. So whatever mountain bike you've got, it'll probably be fine. As long as it works, the tyres are inflated, the gears work and the brakes, it'll be fine. Even a retro 26-inch wheeled mountain bike will be just fine. You don't need a modern carbon fibre, whiz-bang, electronic shifting bike like this Scott Spark here. And the sort of bike you choose depends on the riding you're doing, but if you are a roadie watching the video, then you want something lightweight, something that offers efficient pedaling, so it doesn't feel heavy and cumbersome and gives you the sort of experience you want coming from a fast road bike. So my advice is to look for a cross-country race stroke trail bike. Something like this Scott Spark is a really good example. So 29-inch wheels, 120mm travel front and rear, got lockout full suspension as well, and it's a lightweight frame. It's a really fast bike off-road and on the road and gravel as well, so if you have to ride to the woods or wherever you go mountain biking, this won't slow you down much. A hardtail is a cheaper, simpler option, and there are many options on the market, so check out some buyers guys, put some links down below, some bikes I recommend. Personally, I prefer full suspension because I'm getting old and my back doesn't like a hardtail. But hardtail probably an easier, more affordable entry into the world of mountain biking. Anyway, if you want to see more about this Scott Spark here and what's new and fancy about it, then do check on the video linked up above for my first look, first ride on this bike. The one thing I would definitely pay attention to at this time of year is quite often bikes like this one here are sold with very low profile summer edition tyres, which are great in the summer, or California where it never rains. But here in the UK and Northern Hemisphere generally, you want some grippier tyres for the mud, wet roots and rocks and other slippery things you might encounter. So some grippy tyres are a good option. I've swapped the tyres that came on the bike for a set of specialised ground control, so a more aggressive knobby tyre, but still lightweight and still a fast rolling tyre as well. So yeah, get some good tyres and you'll be just fine. Right, there we go. Hopefully that gives me some inspiration if you were unsure about switching from a road bike to a mountain bike this winter, and some of the benefits of doing that. And I'd love to know how many of you guys watching this do switch from a road bike to a mountain bike in the winter, so let me know by hitting up the comment section below. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again very soon.